Welcome back, everyone. If you haven't heard part 1 of Yum and Natsu's story, go listen to that first. In part 1, we saw how a simple friendship turned into something deeper. But in part 2, things start falling apart. This is part 2, when love becomes one-sided. Let's continue.
Story of quiet heartbreak, unspoken love, and the smile that hid her pain. It had been 3 months since Natsu told Yum about Hana. Months of pretending she was okay. 3 months of listening to him talk about someone else. Watching him light up when Hana called. Smiling through every story, every date recap, every text he showed her just to ask, "Do you think she meant this?" Every single time, Yum would nod, encourage, and laugh, even when her heart was breaking. Reading it. Good. Public, she was still the same Yum, loud, cheerful, the girl who teased Natsu about his boring clothes and beat him at arcade games. No one noticed the difference. Not even Natsu. Alone, she was just a girl who reread old messages like they were poems, trying to find hidden meaning. A girl who once believed in a love that never truly existed. She still remembers all things. He used to say, "You are the first person I'd call if something happened." Or when he once told, "You are my constant, Yum." Words had meant something to her. Something big. They just hurt. The worst part wasn't that Natsu loved someone else. It was that he didn't even realize Yum had loved him all along. He had fallen in love right in front of her. Never once looked back to see if she was falling too. One day, Natsu showed up at her dorm with a big smile and 2 bubble teas in hand, her favorite flavor, like always. "Guess what?" he said, almost bouncing with excitement. She asked, trying not to sound tired. "Hana said she loves me." Blinked. He hadn't expected it. She thought she was numb by now. Thought nothing could hurt more than it already had. Somehow, this pierced deeper than anything else. Forced a smile, looked into his glowing eyes, and whispered, "That's amazing, Natsu." He grinned. "I couldn't have done it without your advice. You always help me figure her out." Yum nodded. "That's what best friends are for, right?" He gave her the bubble tea and leaned his head on her shoulder, like he always did when he was happy. She sat there, still, silent, with her hands shaking around the cup. She cried. Not the kind of crying with sobs or broken sounds. White. Just a tear-streaked face buried in her pillow, a body curled into itself, and a heart that felt like it had shattered into pieces too small to ever put back together. Didn't want to be this person, the girl who waited for someone who would never love her back. The friend who helped the boy she loved impress another girl. But she couldn't leave. Because if losing him as a lover was painful, losing him as a friend would destroy her completely. The next few weeks passed in a blur. Yum smiled through every group outing. Listened to Natsu ramble about dates. Even met Hana once. She was nice, pretty, exactly the kind of girl who made sense with Natsu. They looked perfect together. And that made it worse. One evening, while cleaning her desk, Yum found an old letter, one of the many she had written to Natsu but never given. She opened it and read. "I don't know when it started. Maybe it was the day you offered me your hoodie, or the night we watched the stars and you said you couldn't imagine life without me. All I know is, I fell for you. Slowly, quietly, fully. I never told you, because I was scared. Because being your best friend meant more than anything. But I wish, just once, you'd look at me the way I look at you." Folded it back and put it away. Some feelings didn't belong in the open. Few days later, Yum and Natsu sat by the lake near their campus, their old spot. He looked troubled. Wrong? She asked. Hesitated. I had a fight with Hana. Paused. What happened? She said I'm too close to you. That I run to you for everything. Stomach twisted. Oh, she said. I told her she's being paranoid. That you and I are just, Yum and Netsu. He looked at him then, eyes tired. And what are Yum and Netsu, exactly? He laughed nervously. Best friends. Always. She nodded slowly. Right. Always. But inside, she was screaming. I'm not your wing woman. Just your best friend. The girl who loved you before anyone else did. The one who never left. But she didn't say any of it. Because sometimes, silence is safer than truth. A week later, Hana blocked Natsu. He was devastated. Spent days mopping, confused, hurt. And through it all, Yum was there. Helping. Supporting. Holding him up. Even when no one else was around, she stayed. Even when he was too broken to say thank you, she stayed. Because love, real love, doesn't disappear when things get hard. Yes, even when it's invisible. One night, they sat together again.
And that's how Yoon's heart quietly shattered. She loved, even when Hyo didn't choose her. But her story isn't over yet. Part 3 will bring closure, a new beginning, or maybe a goodbye. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the final part.